Hey, what's good, people? Whether it's at everybody at work or in between class, while you're working out or sitting on your ass, I want to welcome you to the CharlieGtv Podcast, yo. We have such a show lined up here for you today, man. I have a bunch of topics. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait to engage in, you know what I mean? And we're gonna get into it, you know what I mean? But yeah, without further ado, let me welcome everyone from YouTube. You know what I mean? Remember to like and subscribe. Trying to come through every week with it every now go. And yeah, we talking about a lot, you know what I mean? We talk about Kodak, the Andrew Tate Candace Owens interview, the seven girls in the mansion, Russia and Africa, aliens, fake luxury shoes, news headlines. You know, got a whole docket lined up. It's gonna be a great first podcast. But yeah, without that, let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a crazy episode, man. It's just me here this week, but I'm excited as fuck to come bring it to y'all, man, because I got nothing but good topics and shit to talk to y'all about this week, man. There's a lot going on. We got this one. Boom. Yeah, man. But y'all know how we start off every show. We start off with watch this week. But this show we're gonna start off with a little dranky poo. You know what I mean? So hey, take a toke, take a poke, you know what I mean? Take a sip of that oak, you know what I mean? Whatever you're trying to get into. But cheers from me to you to the Charlie TV podcast. I drink a tequila because I'm a working man. You understand? I got to work tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? So can't be drinking stuff that's gonna give me too crazy of a hangover. You feel me? Mm. Uh, all right. Now let's get into the first topic that we have here today, man, which is watch this week. Watch this week. Now, y'all know I don't be having time to watch a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't have time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to resize this shit. It's so stupid. I'm trying to resize it. I don't have time to watch a lot of shit, which means that a lot of stuff goes by the wayside. Like I don't watch a lot of entertaining things. You know what I mean? Or I guess I do watch entertaining things, but I guess what it is the things that I find entertaining are different than other people. You know what I mean? I find information retaining, entertaining, culture, psychology, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And feel like that's just not as promoted in today's society and shit or whatever. But yeah, this YouTube video I got into this morning. So not this morning, yesterday, whatever evening, whatever night, whatever don't matter. You know what I mean? I want people to go watch, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, so Andrew Tate, Owens. I'm gonna say Andrew Tate Owens. Here go the interview. There's so many things in this interview that spark my mind. And it's like, this is what we're missing in today's society. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want us to be men. They don't want us to figure it out. They don't want us to be harder to control. I don't know what those beads was about. But
You're easier to control. They don't care that that damages society by extension, because when you tell men to act out their feelings purely with emotional arguments.
That's somehow racist and sexist and backwards and veganism. Like, you better learn to do all of those things because
we need men now more than ever, right?
Yeah.
And also, I do believe, and this is going to get me called misogynistic, but I'm going to say it anyway. I do believe we need masculinity, especially in the households, because I believe that women are more emotionally led and men are more logically led.
It's true.
And I think that the propaganda machine and the news machine primarily uses emotional arguments as opposed to logical arguments.
And women fall for the
emotional arguments. So if you have a woman who's in charge of the household and her man can't resist her commands, and they put on the news, be afraid, COVID's going to kill everybody. She gets afraid. Now you have a whole household of people with masks on.
like, the thing is, being a man, being sure of yourself, your decisions, being able to stand up and say, you know what? This is what I believe is right, and I will. This is what I believe is right, and I'm willing to fight for it, and I'm willing to die for it, and I'm willing to go in. and do whatever has to be done to make it manifest. You know what I mean? It's the type of manliness that the type of manliness that built this country. You know what I mean? And it's a type that's being discouraged today. And a lot of people I know don't even like Cannon Zones, and or Andrew Tate for that matter. But a lot of people I know are also not investigating anything interesting. Like people, I gotta say, man, I've been really fed up with people that just entertain themselves all the time. It's either TikTok or fucking some TV show or just movies, or they're either in fun or in fear, or they're scared of this thing in Russia, or they're scared. They're either having fun and distracted, or they're scared. Fun and distracted or scared. That's the only like shit I be dealing with people these days. And it's like, what about the person that's attacking the world? What about the person that has a game plan, who's focused, who's not afraid, who's confident, who's pushing towards a path? What about those people who aren't distracted, who try to stay on task, trying to, like, the entrepreneurs, the businessmen, the builders of the world? These are the people that I wish to God I was surrounded with. You know what I mean? Because I'm surrounded by the people that are just fucking, they don't even know they're lost. They don't even know how to not be lost. They're not seeking out the information they need to redirect their energies in a more positive, constructive manner. And, you know, it's just not that fun to be around, because these are just not minds that I choose, that I find fun to engage with. They, you know, they don't take the time to gather info. They're not natural learners. They're not curious about things that will better their lives for real. You know what I mean? Whether spiritually, or physically, or financially, or business wise, or socially. It's just entertainment, consumerism, and emptiness, and surface level stuff, and woke, and no judgment, and no pressure, and bullshit. You know what I mean? It's such a delusional, unrealistic. I can't stomach it anymore. You know, I barely talk to people sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's nothing but bullshit conversation. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that we got to talk about me, but if you was talking about your business and your struggle and shit you were trying to figure out, and you were trying to game plan, I will talk about that too, because that's engaging. Talking with another guy, he's trying to figure it out. He's struggling. He's going to do this and that and this up and down. And like, yeah, let's hear about the struggles. I could maybe learn something from your struggle. These people are doing nothing, just spinning around doing nothing. You know, but just being angry at people that say things that make them acknowledge the fact that they're doing fucking nothing. And say, it's not me you're mad at, bro. It's yourself. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. These people, it's so rough to be around them sometimes. You know what I mean? I just don't wanna. I don't want to engage with these people. They don't even understand anything. You know what I mean? But let me tell you something, man. Y'all sit down and watch movies for 2 hours. Y'all watch a lot of bull. Y'all binge watch hour shows all day on a Saturday. Y'all do a bunch of bullshit. If you have time to do all of that bullshit, take a little time to open up your mind and sit down and watch the Candace Owens and Andrew Tate interview. You know what I mean? And see some of the ideas they expound upon. You know what I mean? One of the ones that I found interesting was the concept of, you know, the concept of bringing God back, you know what I mean, into this scenario. Like, America's facing a secular battle, and it chose to be a secular state where religion was taken out of the schools, churches out the school. And because of that, it's led to a deterioration of traditional values and morals, and it's led to confusion and a raised level of mental illness and ADHD and a lack of accountability. You know what I mean? Oh, I have ADHD. That's why I can't focus on anything. That's why I can't focus on building a business, or focus on going to the gym every week, or focus on anything because I have ADHD. So I don't gotta try. I could just, like, but is it working? Like, hold on. So we say you got ADHD or something, and we just give you an excuse to just continue in forever mediocrity because you have ADHD. The pills that we give you to solve it, do they allow you to become a higher level of productivity to reach what to reach because you have ADHD? Or do you just keep being a fuck up anyway and just have a diagnosis to explain for why you're constantly a fuck up to the day you die? Like, At what point are these going to give solutions that are actionable that actually change your life for the better, that you actually experience a better life? Like it's like people that say they're depressed because of their brain chemistry. Like, all right, that could be true, but are you also successful in your job? Are you also not in bad shape? Are you in good shape? You know what I mean? Are you also having a loving relationship with your family members? You know what I mean? Do you have people that care about you? You know what I mean? Because if you don't have people that care about you, you have a shitty job, you have a shitty body, you live in a shitty situation living wise, like with roommates or like just people that don't give a fuck about you. Like the thing is, these are depressing things. You know what I mean? And what makes you think that when you live in a depressing situation, it affects your brain chemistry and it makes you depressed? Like, yeah, it is your brain chemistry reacting to your environment and your circumstances. Why do you think that a pill is going to make your brain not notice how much of a fucking trash your life is and make you feel depressed? You know what I mean? Being depressed is a sign that you're supposed to change your life, not go tell someone why you're gonna explain it away and take a fucking pill, you fucking dope. You know what I mean? But having that type of agency over your life, it makes the populace harder to control. You understand? You know what I mean? So they want you to be weak and not sure of yourself and lack of confidence, confused on the most basic things as to what's a man and what's a woman. And they want you to be just bewildered by everything coming at you that you can't figure out how to really survive on your own, or how to get a solar grid upon your thing, or how to get off the grid, or how to go hunt, or how to do anything that makes you sustainable outside of the American titty in your mouth, government. I mean, you know what I mean? Like to make you any level of a man or independent or any sort of willing to fight any government or matrix. If you can get your food, if they shut you out of certain things, then you ain't gonna be talking that much, are you? You know what I'm saying? So like you got to earn the right to fight the matrix, and you don't want to earn the right. You either got to earn the right through lots of money or lots of knowledge of feeding yourself, of having your own land and being able to grow your own food. Like you can't starve a man that has his own farm. Like what are you going to do to him? You know, he owns his land, he has his own farm. He need property taxes. Maybe he'll sell some of the stuff he grows on the farm. You know what I mean? Like you just can't stop a guy with that. And they don't like that. They don't like that. You're gonna have to actually convince that guy that what you're doing is a good idea for him to be on your team, not just force him through fear and coercion and control and bullshit. You know what I mean? So you have to understand what they're trying to do to the populace and why it's important for you to become an independent thinker. But these people, they just swallow gag anyway. What's my rant? Let me go on my fucking Pearly Things tweet. I got a docket here. I got a docket. Anyway, she tweeted, she tweeted, 16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks. And then received backlash for it. And then obviously deleted it. But after 1.2 million views, sorry, sis, people, I don't know, kind of saw it, screenshotted it, saw that delete coming and was like, I got you. Yeah. Some things just, you know, and I personally disagree. Like as a 29-year-old, right? The last 19-year-old I dated was crazy, not crazy, but crazy, delusional, like unaware of life and human nature and male nature and anything, just delusional. You know what I mean? And honestly, a lot of women I've been dealing with lately are just some level of delusional. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's so crazy, but I do feel like the older you get with the woman, the more sense that they're gonna have. You know what I mean? Uh, but also just the more discerning they may be. My friend's convinced that the best women are single mothers because they say that he feels like a woman that's like, he says something like, but women don't got no kids. She's just living for herself. You know what I mean? And she's more likely to be a selfish person. You know what I mean? And a woman that's living for somebody else, that she's more knows what life is. She knows what the struggle is. She has commitment to someone else where she's just taking care of somebody. You know what I mean? So she's more been bringing that nurturingness out of herself. You know what I mean? Because of her having a kid. You know what I mean? Plus, it'll calm them down from a lot of that party life and sit them down a lot way. They'll probably be getting a lot less dick because they have a kid. You know what I mean? That was his thinking. And they're like, you know, I can see some logic in that. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily trying to take on a single mother as a serious woman I'm trying to take seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's not, nah, 29, I feel like I got more options than that necessarily. You know what I'm saying? But I do hear the argument. I do hear the argument. I have heard it before. Some women say, well, my kid became my motivation. You know, I was doing nothing, doing bullshit, and I had a kid. You know what I mean? And that woke me up. You know what I mean? And so I have heard that once or twice. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I I don't know why I have to then, like I said, maybe I'll feel differently in the future, but I definitely want to start my own family from scratch. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I always envisioned it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of things I envision a certain way that have to be done a certain slightly different way to get it to go to where I want it to go. So, you gotta keep an open mind, I suppose. But yeah, nah, their mind is more mature. I mean, 16, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, but like I said, any man that will come on here and be like, "Oh yeah, she's totally right. She's totally right." They're gonna call him a pedophile, even though you know at 16 you've gone through puberty to a degree and have developed the things that puberty gives you, which the whole purpose of the puberty process is to transform you into and something that is attractive to the opposite sex to help procreation happen and help the gene pool continue and help humanity fucking continue. So, if you are attracted to a woman that has undergone the process that nature created to make her attractive to you, you know what I mean? Then I, while I still feel like you should have discretion as far as her age and what type of mind you're dealing with and what can you actually build with or and actually coexist with as opposed to some delusion like so just for peace of mind you shouldn't do it morally you shouldn't do it, and even if there was no morals involved it's not the best candidate necessarily, you know what I mean, because they're idiots, you know what I mean, so you know but it's whatever, you know what I mean, but you can't. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. There's no, you shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's getting canceled and stuff. You know what I mean? I guess she's had a rough couple weeks. You know what I mean? She's had a rough couple months. You know what I'm saying? And the more and more comes out about her, I don't know, man. I feel sorry for her, but at the same time, I feel like she might, to some degree, not be a good person, Like, you know, she's has stolen a lot and when bad things happen to people with questionable morality and decision making, uh, you can only feel so bad when there's so much gray area happening there. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, come on, you know, sometimes you get back what you put in, you know what I mean? So you give out that energy and you get negative energy back, You do fuck shit happens to you, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, they used to call it karma, you know what I mean? But who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows how this universe works these days? But let's talk about Kodak. You know what I mean? No, let's talk about Kodak Black for a second. So boom. First let's talk about this. The fact that Kodak WAC 100 confirmed, you know what I mean? I don't even know what the audio is. Just is even saying that. But yeah, talk about how old receipts that. All right, so Kodak Black got paid $1 million to do that interview. You know what I mean? Not interview, to do that verse with 6ix9ine. Mind you, he's already made millions of dollars. That shouldn't be as big a deal to him as like people trying to make it seem. I understand, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, if it was me getting offered $1 million to do like, even then I would be questioning whether or not I should do it. You know what I'm saying? But anybody would probably call me a fool for giving up that money to do. But in my position, in Kodak's position, now it's really a question of like integrity. You know what I'm saying? It's really a question of integrity. You know what I mean? But even still, I don't think I should do it because then it would deny me my build and my grinder from the bottom. You know what I mean? Which is going to teach me a lot of lessons and a lot of knowledge that'll enable me to in the future be able to manifest that $1,000,000 as many times as I have the effort to feel like doing, as opposed to always wondering would I have ever done it if I hadn't been given this $1,000,000. You know what I mean? I don't want to wonder that when I'm up. I don't want to wonder that at all. I want to know that I did it on my own. I did the shit. So I wouldn't want it, I guess. In the end, it sucks. But look though, the point is this, right? Here's what gets me mad though about our culture, bro. The culture is killing us, literally killing us, bro. You know what I mean? Code like this is the response to that. It said, you sold your soul for $1,000,000. I know you take dick for 20 million. Shaking my head. You been weird. You ain't never been no street nigga. You a Kappa rapper. LOL Nickelodeon ass nigga. LOL should have stuck they finger in you. Oh man. um Kodak the Stallion. Damn. That's first of all, that's real rough talk. That's real rough talk. That's real disrespectful. I didn't even read it fully before I posted it up here to see it was that bad. Like, damn. First off, damn, that's rough. You know what I mean? But second off, so I mean, I guess he has a point because he did portray himself as a street nigga. You know what I mean? But like, overall, it's bad for the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it don't make no sense to me. You know what I mean? It's like, why is a real nigga a street nigga? Is that what y'all aspire to be? Like, it's not good. Y'all haven't met some of these hood and street niggas for real, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how do y'all feel safe around these niggas? You know what I'm saying? These niggas you say something to, oh, I might get violent. You niggas you can't really talk to. Niggas be fucking irritated for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Niggas walk around with a chip on their shoulder, extra energy, probably like these niggas ain't cool, chill niggas. Probably down bad for real. Look at opportunists looking for a way to fuck over some nigga that they swear is not their nigga or some of the like these niggas just grimy niggas for real. Like, why is these niggas that you think that you want to be around? You know what I mean? I've seen these niggas. I've distanced myself from these niggas on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something I could build with or should build with. Like, why? Why? Like, why is it something you would aspire to? You know what I mean? And him selling out, not having morals, doesn't make him not a. It's just a real man, like having principles and standing on it and speaking on, you know what I'm saying? Shit that's not good for the culture. Like, where are you leading this place? Like 6ix9ine, 6ix9ine, I would do a record with him, sure, but it's not about the money. It's like, all right, you did all this gangster shit and all of that shit to snitch and all of that shit. All right, are you renouncing? Like, he's been doing a bunch of gay shit I've been feeling like online with some shit I've been seeing, a bunch of clout chasing shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why can't you be positive? Like, it's like you went negative. You did that already. And you snitched. And the negative world isn't accepting you anymore. You know what I mean? Why can't you have a redemption arc? You know what I'm saying? And find a way to be, sometimes I see little doses of positivity with 6ix9ine try to give money to the kids or something like that. Why won't you make a full? Why won't you fully transition? You know what I mean? To being an agent for the good side. You know what I mean? Because you did the bad side already, and maybe you was never really a bad kid to begin with. That's why it ended up with all of that shit. You know what I mean? Maybe you're not really that bad a nigga. You know what I mean? But you portraying yourself to be, why don't you just be a better person? Why isn't that an option? Why are you still paying $1,000,000 to this hood nigga over here? Because you still trying to garner something from that side. You know what I mean? Like, that side don't got nothing to give you, dog. You know what I mean? But hatred and anger, I want you to do more things that lead to your destruction. It's got nothing to give you, bro. Just encouraging you to do fuck shit. You know what I mean? Just gets mad at you. Like why? Why are you doing this? And it just makes no sense. Makes no sense. I would not encourage 6ix9ine to go continue down this path. Now you bringing down other brothers with you. You know what I mean? And nah. It's just not good. It's just not good. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't really like the music 6ix9ine is making that much lately. You know what I mean? Some of it's some weird But he's Spanish. I think he's leaning into that Spanish shit a little bit more. You know what I mean? He is Spanish. I feel like he's been with a little Latino type flavors in some of his shit. You know what I mean? And it's into it. I guess I can understand that. I'm just not particularly into it. You know what I mean? But yeah, you gotta think about the things that they're doing to the culture and the things that they starting off this shit with. You know what I mean? I do better. I encourage 6ix9ine to do better. You know what I mean? Maybe if he was going in that direction, I could do a verse with you. You know what I'm saying? To help encourage you to like maybe you could get J. Cole to do a verse with you. You know what I mean? If you was talking like how he did, or like how like how like Lil Durk. I don't know how true he is about his almost healed shit. I'm trying to reform his image, trying to come back from being a street nigga, trying to go on the other side and be a positive nigga, or to a degree, or to just like grow past his past environment. You know what I mean? Like I'm encouraged by that. I would like to see him continue down that path. I like the thing that we did with him and the J. Cole. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the same could happen with 6ix9ine. Put out some tracks. Stop just flexing to talk about what's really happened. But you're falling out with them and they're falling on the shit niggas looking at you. And hey, like talk about it for real. Like be real about it. Unless you just say ignorant, dumb. Because you said so much dumb shit, you know what I mean? That a lot of people just don't even want to see no redemption from this nigga because they just want to see him just out of here for real, probably. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of hatred towards you. You know what I'm saying? That some of it's self-generated. I'm not gonna pretend like the whole world just hate just people just don't like you for no reason. You've done a lot of disrespectful, dumb things, said things like, come on. You know what I mean? But hey, what did Kurt Franklin used to say and all the things that you never go too far that the God can't bring you back. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's a lot of problem with some people in the hood. That they do bad things, they do things they don't think that they could be forgiven. You know what I mean? They don't think that they can ever be a good person again. They don't think anyone would ever take them seriously in any sort of positive respect. They think that the world is only going to ever see them as the hood nigga that they've been all this time. They don't believe in their own. But them, they even if they wanted to be a better, I don't think they're allowed to be. They feel trapped by their reputation and their past actions. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of love from a lot of people to maybe give you the permission to put it down. You know what I mean? And that's that godly shit, that overwhelming love. Like, all right, you was hateful, you came at me with hatred, and I still came at you with love. You know what I mean? Trying to break that evil in you. You know what I mean? To try to get to the God in you, to show you that it's okay to be a good person. You know what I mean? That takes more strength. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing right now came easy to you. What I'm asking you to do is difficult. So which one makes you a stronger person for real? You know what I'm saying? So, but it's whatever. um, let's talk about the next one. Uh, Atlanta. Atlanta is a poor. I remember when Atlanta was supposed to be affordable. You know what I mean? The city of Atlanta has reportedly over 73,000 evictions in 2023. That's 10K over more than last year. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Let me take a sip of water. Damn. I guess I don't know. As reported by multiple real estate and business analysts, the home prices in the area are remaining high due to a variety of factors such as mortgage rates, limited inventory, and costs of building materials. So the cost of building materials, as a person, see, there's a housing crisis. See, there's a reason why. There's multiple reasons why I'm trying to get into the my good and home maintenance. When you think about building houses or being able to work on houses, because there's a housing crisis in America. And to me, there's going to become a point where the most valuable thing you can do is know how to build a house or be a part of the facilitation of building a house, because rising population and rising material costs, which just means what? Less material to build with. You know what I mean? I guess how many trees, how many things you build down, like, to build these houses, you know what I'm saying? Or what can it be made out of? Maybe you have to get innovative with your building materials to try to source them differently. You know what I mean? That's why they used to build mud huts, not building mud huts, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, but use what's available to you to, create effective housing for the weather that you have to deal with in your area. You know what I mean? So I feel like the good and home maintenance in doing that will be very useful in the future, especially when you got shit like this going on. Like, why don't I got no housing? What's going on in Atlanta? Like Atlanta's supposed to be big as fuck. I guess Atlanta's a city. It's not Georgia. It's Atlanta, Georgia, right? So Georgia's the state. So maybe there's space in Savannah, Georgia, some other spot in Georgia. I don't know about wherever Shannon Sharp's from or some shit. You know what I mean? But Atlanta, Georgia's just a little crowded. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just like it's good to have home ownership. You know what I mean? But interest rates and everything are rising up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that I tell I'm trying to buy a house, and they would tell me, "Don't buy a house right now." You know what I mean? I'm the plan. I'm not gonna be able to buy a house like a year from now, and it's still like I don't know, a year from now might be shaky too. But a lot of people make decisions in fear, though. So I only take so much advice from people that they're afraid to take a chance and live life, a little bit by the balls. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, next one they're talking over here. Yo, this one's funny, bro. This one was killing me, bro. This one is killing me. Let me light my spliff on this, bro. Let me light my spliff. I got two more spliffs, but still, bro. So I might take another shot too. You know what I mean? That one shot ain't do shit. That one shot ain't do shit. You know what I mean? But yo, man, a bad bitch could get a nigga to do things that he know he shouldn't do. Like, I got respect for Dr. Umar Johnson. I do, I like his concept of Pan-Africanism too, that your blackness is more, your Africanism, like I'm Jamaican, right? My family's Jamaican. I was born in Brooklyn. I'm a Black American with a Jamaican heritage. But what Umar Johnson would say is more important than you being Jamaican, more important than you being Black from Brooklyn, is you being of African descent, is you being a Black man, an African man. That's what's more important, and you need to coalesce around your people. And you know something? There's a lot of love in that philosophy. You know what I mean? And it just rings like a little bit of godliness to me. You know what I mean? So I like that concept of it. You know what I'm saying? And I hear him trying to build a school. There's like lots of things Dr. Umar Johnson does that I respect. And he gets a lot of hate from the media. Of course, like I expect that. Like if the mainstream media is fucking with you, then I'm suspicious. You know what I mean? If all of the media and everyone's against you and shit, then you probably all right. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. Like, or because but there are some that are hated by everyone for a good reason, you know what I mean? But still, because I know the mainstream media does not have the common man interest at heart, I know that for the most part, they demonize the people that are here to lead us to freedom. And they make them seem like the worst people ever. You know what I mean? So I know that. So all that being said, I fuck with Dr. Umar Johnson. You know what I mean? I fuck with Tariq Nasheed or whatever, the dude that does the all the Black leaders that have this. Like to me, they're the modern Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? With their tenacity to try to improve Black people's lives as a whole, but they're slightly different philosophies, but at the same time, trying not to throw direct shots at each other as much as they can. You know what I mean? Trying to operate in their different spheres to push towards it, even though they have different, That's like how I heard there was the Christians and the Muslims gathering together against the LGBT stuff in the schools. It's like, do the Christians and the Muslims agree on everything? Nah. But we could get together on one thing, though. We could get together on this one thing, though. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, the LGBTs bringing a lot of people together. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, one more thing that Candace Owens brought up in that interview that I never considered. She said that she said she has friends that are gay, like gay men, and they say their conversation is hypersexual, their lifestyle is hypersexual. They'll be like, oh, I just beat fuck 20 times a day or some shit. And she said that the balance between male and females, there's always a pause, like either through menstrual cycles or because of pregnancy or having but whatever it is reason, because of the balance that like nature throws in reasons why there can't be just sex all the time between a male and a woman. So it almost makes it so that your relationship has to be about more than that. You know what I mean? With this, between two guys, there's no barrier, there's no stoppage. You know what I mean? Between the sex and all of that. You know what I mean? So she feels like sometimes it's harder for, or not harder, but she feels like maybe the connection between male and man is a. She didn't say it was a shallower connection, but when you're saying that a majority sexual relationship, that's a majority around that is a shallower relationship. You know what I mean? But it's because it doesn't lead to children and legacy and dynasty and continue like how intellectually deep and impactful can that union really be when it doesn't bear fruit? You know what I mean? Something else that they brought up too is that the left has these is a death is a death philosophy thing. Like they said all their philosophies lead to death. Like they love abortion, that's death. They love gayness, that's the lack of life. They love transitioning and cutting off your dick. That's the and then they would talk about how some of it's Darwin, they're gonna eliminate themselves. It all leads to death. You know what I mean? You're giving away all your money, so you don't have any money to survive, or your environment. So it's like, I don't know. There's just so many ideas that came from that was interesting. Anyway, I'm sorry. You got to get back to Dr. Umar Johnson. Listen, man. Listen, man. This is this bitch. First off, let's
I need some Henny and a Plan B.
What? First of all, I had to mute it right away. But the one line that came out in that 1 second that I couldn't mute it fast enough was, bitch, I need some Henny and a Plan B. Dog. 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 And she dancing with some baby. What is happening here? Look at this video. Oh my God. Now look, if I'm gonna say that she is not pretty with an attractive body, then I'm gonna be lying to you in your face, right? But look at the degree of debauchery that she is displaying here. Look at the culture that she. Did you hear the one line? I tried to mute it quickly. Bitch, I need some Henny and a Plan B. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. Wow. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an idea who we're dealing with here. So first I talked about Dr. Umar Johnson, what I thought about him. This lady here who I barely know, who I've done a little bit of research on, you see what we're dealing with here, you see. So does that look like equal yoke at all? Does that look like these two people should even be, But pussy power. Now you see a guy that has no business doing these, see this shit. You see, but pussy power. What can you do, dog? Like, oh my God, bro. And now look, they take look at the picture. Look, she cute as shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening here? Look at it, look at it, look. What can he do? Now you know you wrong for what you be doing now. Look at his face. It's all over his face, dog. And look at her. Just cute. Look at that body. What can you do, sir? What can you do, sir? I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Yeah, you're gonna be begging us for a lot of pardons from for what she gonna about to make you do, and she gonna start putting the moves on you now. Now I stay focused. We must stay focused, brothers. Cause Lord, dog, listen, niggas could talk a lot of shit till Satan sends one of his best agents your way. Ooh, one of his best agents to just turning men from the Lord, just cheek by cheek. Listen to this, listen to this brother, listen to this brother. If he doesn't sound like this, this is me if a bad bitch that was a single mother, right? Was really trying to get behind me, and CharlieGtv was really trying to. This is a video. I was like, listen, God damn it. I don't care what she does. She's a good woman. If she wants to make a turn around, this is like, bro, you are too smart for this, Umar. Come on. But you see the power, bro. What can you do? Look at her. Ah, you should have never been there. Who's in his camp? You should have never let them get this close. You should have never let this eye contact. Now look at this. Finished. You gotta get away. Get away, bro. Come on, man. You couldn't let the who's on his team, man. Look, listen to this.
On my sister's content. I don't support my sister's content. I will not make excuses for my sister's content. I'm simply saying that if the queen is interested in making a transformation.
Now, what makes her a queen? Simply because she is a beautiful black woman. You gotta just say it's because she is a healthy looking, beautiful black woman. That's what makes her a queen. Certainly not because of the way she carries herself. Certainly not because of the way she conducts herself. Certainly not because of the way she's, her reputation is, you know what I mean? But she is a beautiful black woman. And if you didn't know anything about her and you saw her, you'd be like, damn, she is a goddess. She's a queen. You would say that without doubt until you figure it out, but,
In her agenda, I am willing to aid her in that work. I am not going to cancel her because some of you hypocrites have overlooked popular people in our community who have done worse than Suki Hana. Let me say this again. I don't condone my sister's content. I don't support my sister's content. I will not make excuses for my sister's content. I'm simply saying that if the queen is interested in making a transformation in her agenda, I am willing to aid her in that work. I am not going to cancel her because some of you hypocrites have overlooked popular people in our community who have done worse than Suki Hana. Let me say this again.
Oh my God.
So could you make Suki Hana a wifey? You talk about that as well too, man.
I don't know. She and I have never spoke. She obviously would have to make some radical transformations. You know, I have a lot of young people who look up to me all over the world, African children, teenagers, elementary school, middle school. I have more young followers than any other black personality in the world. And I'm very responsible towards them. And, for me to come out with her, she would have to renounce nearly everything she does and reinvent herself. I don't think she's at that point right now.
So could you make Suki Hana a wifey?
I don't think she's in that.
To that point, if I'm still available, meaning I don't have my 2 wives yet, then we can have that conversation at that time. The ball is in her corner. That would be up to her.
You think this would be a tough task for you to accomplish?
Well, it's no task for me.
What you talking about, bro? Oh my God. Tough task for you to accomplish. Why are you trying to turn Suki Hana into a housewife? Like, no, the same way I said that 6ix9ine and them people. Hold on. All right. Same way how I said that 6ix9ine should try to make a change for the good, right? I was encouraging him to do better. I suppose I should do the same thing with her. You know, Umar Johnson is right. You know, if she does want to make it now, I don't see why that has to lead to her being his wife. You know what I mean? Although that would maybe be more incentive for her to change. Because if she's like feeling like, listen, I'm acting up, whatever, I'm not gonna get a good man to take me seriously anyway. So I may as well do what the fuck I want to do. Even though deep down I'd like to just sit down and be a woman and maybe have a good guy. But no guy can take me seriously anyway after what I did. So fuck it. But if you're sitting here willing to help me transition and you're gonna be the good guy well, then maybe she would. You know what I mean? Maybe she would. You know what I mean? But you know, does that make Umar Johnson look the best? Like, nah, not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. You young, brother. You young. You still young. You know what I mean? Umar Johnson is still young. I don't know how old he is, but he looks young. I need to dye my beard so I can look young too. This is some bullshit. I got less gray hairs than Umar Johnson. And then you got a doctor. And I mean, I got more gray hairs. What the fuck is going on around here? You know, some genetics is the motherfucker. You know, what can you do? What can you do? You know what I mean? But the pussy power that has him trying to do the mental gymnastics to make it seem like like it's hilarious. Like I said, he just started a live video just now. It's funny. But nah, it's just hilarious to me. You know what I mean? What? What? I'm not about to watch this nigga. That's crazy. This nigga live streaming in bed. Ain't nobody trying to see that. That's crazy. That's crazy. But you just woke up. It's 2:07, nigga. Get the fuck out of stand up. Get the fuck. No, I'm playing. He's obviously thirst trapping for the ladies. You know, I bet he be clapping a lot of cheeks, low key. You know, Sukiana, why is he with her? Why? Oh, she's so cute. And nothing you can do about it. What can you do about it? It's just so sad to see a guy of that stature still fuck around and fall victim. You know what I mean? Yeah, and this is just something that just blew me away. You know what I mean? I don't see why any woman would want to end like this be the end goal. Like this is tragic. This is tragic. You know, this is tragic. Tragic. You know what I mean? Anyway. And then it's just what I want to talk about real quick. You know what I mean? A study conducted by Northwestern University suggests that couples who frequently post their relationship on social media may be insecure. The study surveyed 108 couples who had listed themselves as in a relationship on Facebook. Participants were asked to keep a daily journal for 2 weeks, noting their feelings about their relationship and their Facebook activity. The study found that participants tended to post more about their relationship on days when they felt insecure. Another study by Alta University suggested that societal expectations and the pressure to maintain an image on social media could be factors in this behavior. To maintain an image, you know what I mean? Well, of course, I understand you want to maintain an image. You know what I mean? I was thinking about this in another respect. You know what I mean? But you could post your relationship if you're happy about it. You know what I mean? To me, I used to post my relationships online. You know what I mean? As far as like when I had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Today, it would take a lot more for me to do that. You know what I mean? Because I have a brand, and I'm a different guy, and I'm just not. I'm not giving them my monogamy so easily these days. You know what I mean? I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the time. And if it did, it would have to be to a woman who's adding value to my life. You know what I mean? I'm obviously going to add value to her life instantaneously, just by who I am. It's just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? By the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? But there's no guarantee that she's going to add value to my life. You know what I mean? What the fuck is going on with this shit here, man? What is happening here? Why? Why is this happening? God, jeez, bro. Come on. Just messing up my world here, man. Fuck off. And then they're not going to give me the delete it. I said delete it. It's just so stupid. Man, everything should have an undo button, man. Shit, man. You know, fuck up my docket, man. What's the bullshit here? What is new happening here? All right, how about this? Bam, bam, delete, 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 delete. Damn, stupid ass thing got my shit fucked up. So stupid. Damn. I said space. My bad, man. Damn technology. When it fails, you know, it just fucking sucks ass when it happens. You know, but yeah, social media, posting your relationship. To me, I know what social media was made for. You know, at least to a degree, like, you know, it's made to distract us and made for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But what it should be used for, in my opinion, is for the revolution in your life and then the revolution period. It should be used to help the people come together and organize in ways they never could before to fight against the powers that be. It should be used to help the people trade information and build businesses to feed themselves financially so that they're able to fight the matrix without being canceled and having their livelihood taken away from them and their families. It should be used for liberation, information age, information. Like that's why they used to make sure slaves could read, because they understood naturally that education and slavery are incompatible. You know what I mean? You cannot enslave an educated mind. You know what I mean? He's going to see the plot, see the plan, figure a way out, be discontented with the situation. He's going to figure a way out of the little bullshit you're trying to put him in. You know what I mean? Because he's educated, he's smart enough to see that this is not where he should be for real, and he should do more with his life. You know what I mean? So you don't like that. You don't like an educated slave. It just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? You need a distracted slave, a doped up slave, a dulled down slave, a slave that's in fear. You know what I mean? In fear of too much uncertainty in the market, too much uncertainty in the world, too much uncertainty in themselves and their mindset and their spirituality for them to ever form anything solid enough to stand on, to fight anything bigger than them, to ever pull anyone next to them, to ever do anything of meaning in this world, to ever form any bit of change, anything. No, they want you just fucking floody the buddy but floody the buddy but and floody buddy buddy but or floody waddy. But hey man, let's look at this story here, man. What's going on here, right? This is what they're saying here. Russian President Vladimir Putin says that Russia is canceling around $23 billion of debt owed by African countries. Russia will also be giving free grain to struggling nations in Africa. During the summit in St. Petersburg, Putin and the African leaders agreed to support a world order with multiple powers and combat neo-colonialism. You know what I mean? After Russia stopped exporting from the Black Sea, they would directly provide grain to 6 African countries. This decision received criticism from the United States and its allies. Now, why would it receive criticism from the United States and its allies? You know what I mean? I wanted to talk about this Russian situation. You know what I mean? Because I have a feeling, you know, I love America. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? America is the greatest country in the world. I still feel that way. But there's another guy who feels that way, and he had a very interesting man on. You know what I mean? And I didn't get to watch I don't think I watched the full one yet. You know what I mean? But there's this clip that was, you know, talking about Russia. You know what I mean? And how our sanctions and stuff, you know, have forced them to form other alliances. You know what I mean? To it, like just listen to this little bit for a second.
It's everything.
You know what I mean? Pardon the ads and everything. And shout out Valuetainment and these guys here that keep me informed to a degree about what's happening in the geopolitical aspect of the world to a degree.
That they might have been hurt by us.
Hang on, listen.
And today, Russia is stronger, I would argue, economically than it was before the war began. Our sanctions have been ultimately quite helpful to the Russians. They are not a part of our Western financial system to the extent that they might have been hurt by us seriously.
How have the sanctions been helpful to Russia?
Well, they've managed to sell all of their energy products, all of their minerals, everything, agricultural products, through others at higher prices that have ultimately reached their target destination in Europe and other parts of the world anyhow. So the amount of hard currency, if you will, from the West that's pouring in has actually increased. At the same time, they've discovered that they could sell virtually everything if they needed to China and India to a lesser extent. Those two countries, these are over 1 billion people in each country, enormous economies. They want to do business with Russia. So the absence of the European market, per se, has not turned out to be this terrible experience that everyone in the West assumed it would be.
Wasn't that a chess game a lot of people saw coming, because both India and China will never be self-sufficient on energy?
Well, I suppose so. I don't know that anybody regarded it as a chess game, because the difference between Putin, whatever mistakes he made in terms of assumptions, shrink to insignificance next to the mistakes that we've made, I would argue.
The thing is, America, I wonder what America really stands on as far as like our importance to the world. Is it really just our armies and how we influence shit over there, or it's just our culture? You know what I mean? Like, because like I was saying, like I was listening to little interviews by 19 Keys, and he was interviewing this African leader, and I was gonna maybe play a snippet of it later, but the world needs Africa a lot more than Africa needs the world. You know what I mean? That's just a fact. You know what I mean? And he was saying how we're not trying to kick out all the other nations. We're just trying to stop the extraction. Like, you're not allowed to just come take our shit. You can come be tourists and everything. That's fine. You know what I mean? Come experience the culture and everything. That's all good. But no more of this taking it. You can come build here. You can come do this shit here, because you take our shit and build whole nations. You know what I'm saying? And don't tell us to build the plants and things and stuff to give us the systems and everything, But he's a very smart black dude. But this dude here, he's talking about like the different economies. You know what I mean? He's like, they're selling things to off to set. So what are we selling? What are we exporting? What value are we providing to the world? That's what I'm saying. Like, when you start a business, or you wanna provide value, you wanna provide something. Like, if I'm doing good in home maintenance, I'm providing a service. If I'm doing this, I'm providing information, some entertainment, some food for thought, some maybe positive energy in your life. Who knows? Maybe a perspective from a who knows? And then I'll have bigger discussion. I got many plans for the podcast that Brand said, but the point is, you have to provide value. You have to be productive. That's just part of what makes you worth dealing with, my guy. You know what I mean? So as a country, I'm saying on a global scale, Africa provides all the minerals. Fucking get all the oil from the Middle East. The fucking China has so many billions of people to build so much shit. I guess everything's made, and you can just get it made in China. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works. You know what I mean? But what does America have to offer the world? Like what is that exactly? I know we got culture, we still got freedom, but like, you can't export freedom like that. Like, I don't. I'd have to sit down and talk to a guy like this, or really watch this podcast, you know what I mean, to really nail it down, you know what I mean? But with them making deals with Africa over there, forgiving debt and shit, and why would that receive criticism from the U.S.? Why? I really wonder which side I should be on. Now, I'm playing. I ain't gonna have no arm. He's trading America. He's American. No. Not saying I'm gonna be Russian, man. I don't think they're gonna, but he's like, listen,
because we made assumptions about Russia that were just completely wrong, as just like the rest of the world. Number one, Russia is a backward economy that will collapse quickly if we sanction it. In other words, that they're not a true nation state in the Western sense. They don't have a developed economy. They can't survive.
Yeah, we regarded it as some sort of mega island.
Yeah. They don't have a real scientific industrial base. Now suddenly we see all of these factories in Russia running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, producing ammunition, weapons, missiles, all these things we said they were going to run out of very, very quickly and couldn't replenish. we said that no one would support Russia, that Russia would be isolated. Well, in fact, I would argue that most of the world actually backs Russia against us, that we and the Europeans are increasingly on an island all by ourselves. And Russia is not going to fall apart. Russia has become more cohesive. This is a state that rests on the foundation of Orthodox Christianity and Russian ethnicity. Now, there are plenty of people inside Russia who are not ethnic Russians. Those people are treated very well. They are treated as equal partners inside Russia. All you have to do is look at the Chechens, you know, and the Chechens are brilliant soldiers, by the way. I keep hearing people say, well, they're not really that good. Well, you could not be more wrong. Those people are superb, and they are fiercely loyal. And by the way, if you go back to the Tsarist period, every Tsarist army had contingents in it that were Kazakhs, Uzbeks, Chechens, others, Turkic peoples, Tartars, working with them and fighting with them against whomever the enemy was, whether it was the Ottomans or the Austrians or whomever. So the point is that Russia is more cohesive than we are. If you're looking for internal unrest, discontent, divisive forces, you can find those in spades inside American society.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. We as a people, as Americans, you know, we used to be a lot more, from what I guess that's not, it's hard to say. You know, I guess we had a lot more Christianity. You know what I mean? It was what it was. Even with the racism, you know what I mean? Both sides were still Christian to some degree. You know what I mean? Like, there was just more God, I guess. You know, I don't know. It's a funny thing, you know what I mean? Because that's what American culture has become today. American culture used to be freedom, God, and a beer and fucking, you know, live in freedom, you know, free enterprise. You know what I mean? Capitalism. You know what I mean? That I feel like that was more we were exporting, and that was more of an attractive idea. You know what I mean? I don't know if this whole woke agenda is as attractive on a global scale. You know what I mean? I don't think America coming through trying to make men wear dresses and stuff like it to other cultures is like helping us bring any people to our side. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But that's not the case in Russia at all.
So when you look at economy wise, one may say, yeah, they're doing better today. But even prior to the war, they had a big birth and death problem. I don't know if you've seen the numbers on their birth and death rate. If you want to pull that up, that's not a good.
Anyway, I'll put it down here. Yeah, but the things that they talk about here, man, like I said, I love that podcast because talk about things that matter, like how are nations fucking surviving, or like what are they doing to plot for the future? How are they, like the way, like when I heard him talk about Russia in the movies of the man, I was like, wow. I was like, they're might be trying to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? It might, you know, like America is not trying to do the things that they're trying to do to a degree. Like, I don't know. It was just really interesting. It was very interesting. You know what I mean? Very, very interesting. You know what I mean? And I found that, like a podcast like that, learn about the world and what's actually happening, how shit might actually work, and different philosophies on how to lead a nation and how to build resources. And he said, because I remember he was like, one thing he had to stop, he said he wanted to stop the brain drain, which was like everyone that was smart was leaving Russia. Like all the engineers and the people there that they couldn't get paid for their skills here. So he started building science labs and refinery things to try to keep the brains that were there, that were good, to try to so it's, I don't know, like I said, the podcast is definitely worth listening to. You know what I mean? And now hearing that Russia, like he said, is a more cohesive, and there's a group, and now you're trying to forgive the African nations. If Russia trying to get good over there, you know what I mean? Try to help them build. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna just keep hating everyone just because the government and everyone keeps telling me to hate them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I said, I've known the government and everyone to be full of shit. So I'm perfectly capable of making my own decisions. And some of the information I came to reveal has been very interesting. You know what I mean? And he kept saying, him saying us and the Europeans are becoming alone. When I thought about that, I was like, well, when you think about America's allies, who do you think about? You think about Canada, probably, or the UK, England, you know? Um, but, China don't really fuck with us OD. You know what I mean? India, mm, you know what I mean? Africa, Africa don't fuck with nobody for real. Africa just mad at the whole world for fucking with them for real. You know, you know what I mean? Africa just, but yeah, Yazoo taking advantage of Africa. That's why I'm mad at people, But anyway, so really though, America really though, I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he might be right that like America's is here with a lot of European backing, like a lot of European allies, the little European nations. You know what I'm saying? Like the UK, you know what I mean? The UN, I'm not the UN. Yeah, the United Kingdoms and what are they called over there? Yeah, they're supposed to be them. Yeah, the United Kingdoms with the Scotland and Ireland and fucking. But didn't Britain get away from the I forgot what it's called, the European Union, the EU, something like that. Shit. Come on, Charles. You know what's up. You know what's going on there, Charles. You really come through and clear that up. And yeah, this shit about the aliens, bro. Like, dog, bro. Like, give me a break, bro. Like I had this story up here, but I'm gonna just play this video right here because, bro, what the fuck are we really dealing with here? Like, there's so much to deal with, bro. And now we got this, we got the wars, we got this, the American dollar, the whole world ganging up against this shit looking shaky. American culture was splintered. They took all our men and told them not to be men. Everyone's in dresses. No one cares about anything. They're all disjointed. We're just ready for someone to come knock our fucking heads off, sick of our shit. And fucking, and now on top of all that shit, try to build it and make it happen. They got fucking what's happening here
UAP
now?
are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses. It is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency.
Mr. Grush, what about you? What was your experience after you came forward?
Well, it's only been about 2 months or so I guess my experience has been overwhelming support from former colleagues of mine that have privately messaged me, and I do appreciate that.
So what they're saying is that and he'll say it in a second. But what got to me the most was when they said that not only was there UFO, I mean, it makes sense, but he was like, not only were these UFOs like crashed, some of them found, and reverse engineering some of these things to try to figure out how to use some of this technology. He also said there was some biological components found inside of the AKA, the pilot Motherfucker. What? Hang on.
But I do have knowledge of active planned reprisal activity against myself and other colleagues, and it's very upsetting to me.
Coming from where?
Certain senior leadership at previous agencies I was associated with.
We need to tell the folks at the Pentagon they work for us. Dadgummit, we don't work for them. And that's exactly the point. This is an issue of government transparency. We can't trust a government that does not trust its people.
UAP.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Aliens are apparently a thing, and there's been a lot of kooky people that have been in cornfields that have been saying stuff, and there's a lot of a lot of jokes and shit, you know what I mean? But why they always going for the asshole? I don't think that was your Uncle Bobby. I don't think that was the aliens. And I'm like, but yeah, nah. I'm just saying that, damn, dude, is that something that I really gotta like? Don't get me wrong. I always do statistically, and that's a level of science. And I've watched Cosmos, and I love Star Trek and fucking Star Wars and all of that shit. I've always know statistically and just looking at the universe and knowing, you know, if you know anything about astrology or you know what I mean, astronomy, you know what I mean, you know that there's statistically there must be life out there. There must be, like, there's enough Goldilocks zones and planets and solar systems and galaxies, and you just gotta be. You know what I mean? And we're not the oldest part of the universe. You know what I'm saying? So there's possibilities that other life has had billions of years to also gather intelligence and do the evolutionary process or whatever, be able to get to become a whatever stage 0, whatever civilization 1, 2, 3, to get this ass over here and fuck around with our shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've always thought that statistically there must be life out there. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I always questioned whether or not it could get here, but I never thought it would be evil. And let me tell you why. Because number one, if it was too damn evil, it would have killed themselves, wouldn't have got off the planet in the first place. Number two, any resource I feel like that we have here, they could have probably found on an asteroid or another planet, or you know how far away they had to come to get here. You know what I'm saying? So they came here to fuck with us because there's life. You know what I mean? They came here to say what's up, probably, like, you know, be interested, you know? We just not sophisticated enough to really be fucking with them right now, and we're probably mostly afraid. And we should be, because who knows? Maybe they'll come over here and try to make us all slaves. But why would they do that when they could probably just get robots to do whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just be cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got enough resources. Like, come on, there's enough. Earth is, we're exhausted now. We about to start going and look outside with some resources. Like, we about to go hit up Mars and fucking shit assholes and start mining their shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because, like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, shit getting weird over here. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of different, you know, if you could get to us, you could have got to another planet with some other, you know, and just take over their shit with their little monkeys. You know what I'm saying? But they probably just look at us little monkeys. We don't got, you know, we never know. Yeah, but maybe they just want to come take over. But our shit is really sucky. We're already fucking up our shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not afraid of aliens, bro. I mean, if they're gonna come, but you know something, aliens might be exactly what we need as a nation. As a people, like, to get together. Like, listen, at the end of the day, you're black, you're white, whatever. We know we're all Earthlings. That's what we all are. First of all, tell you one damn thing: we're all born on Earth, and you're not. So you know what? We don't like you. You know what I mean? We don't like each other, but we don't like you the most. You know what I mean? Like, we're definitely gonna have to solve you first before we get back to doing anything else. Because hold on a minute, all right? There's aliens here. Okay, we're gonna do that whole thing in fucking Independence Day when all the nations come up and shit. I'm like, I told you not to be little fucking around in the other space. Like, I don't get, like, you're gonna be there. We're like, this is your fault, you're shitty American. This is your fault, you're stupid people. Oh, didn't do it, man. It's not me over here. Stop me over here. What are you doing? I told him don't do it, all right? Now you come and kill family, all right? You think I like this? You think I want to deal with this? It'd be the whole UN and shit getting together and shit going ham. You know, I think it should be fucking funny. You know what I mean? No, God, we got aliens here. Jesus fucking Christ, all right? They're coming to kill us. All right, last story up here for the first half of this shit. Right, we got Where was it? Oh yeah, this shit. Fucking.
Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Behold, Palessi. We built a fake luxury store in Los Angeles and filled it with Payless shoes. The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
Guests invited to check out what looked like a luxury shoe shop.
They're elegant, sophisticated.
I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
A $35 shoe going for $645, an 1,800% markup. Store owners sat on their heels as fashion influencers emptied their wallets.
I would pay $400, $500. Yeah, people are going to be like, where'd you get those? Those are amazing.
Then they're let in on the prank.
These are actually from Payless.
You've got to be kidding me.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Oh my God. Like, bro, do not listen to these. Wow. Some say luxury brands are still running this prank. Exactly. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Oh my gosh. To me, it's just like, this shit is sad. This shit is so sad. This shit is so sad. It's terrible. Let me put this shit out. I really need to drink more. I want another drink. I don't want to smoke more. I want another drink. One more drink. You know what I mean? Then I'm going to toss it to Charles probably. You know what I mean? Let him get his shit off. But, oh man, it's ridiculous. These people. It's crazy. Crazy folks. Spending all that money on shit you don't know what the fuck it is for real. You know? Oh my God. You haven't even heard of that brand. What brand is this? What brand is this? Who made this? Look at this. Look at the stitching. Look at the material. Come on now. You don't know quality. Come on. Take them people down to Canal Street. You know what I mean? They'll be amazed. They'll be like, oh, I didn't know it. Fucking retards. Let me see. All right. Charles, come in, Charles. Oi, Charles here with the news and the headlines to keep you lads informed.
It is virtually certain.
You know what I mean? Let you know what's happening in the fucking galaxy. Let you know what we're dealing with out here, man. There's nothing going on here. Get your head out of the sun and all that. You know what I mean? There's loads of fucking stories coming here. You get me? But I just got 3 for you here today. The first one here coming up. Oh, wait, hold on. First one coming up. I'll let the BBC tell you about the weather in July. Let them tell you yourselves, man. Come on up here, we are.
Certain that July 2023 has been the world's hottest month on record, and it's no wonder when you consider the extreme and long-lasting heat waves that have affected the southwest of the USA, the south of Europe, the north of Africa, and also parts of Asia, where China recorded a sweltering 52.2 Celsius, a new record temperature. The weather in the UK has not been like that. It's been quite a cool month. In fact, it may end up being a cooler month than average overall. And for many of us, it's certainly been a wetter month than average. It just goes to show that even as the climate continues to warm, as the world warms overall because of greenhouse gas emissions, there will continue to be extremes of both hot and cool weather. The reason for the cool July in the UK comes down to the jet stream, which has been to the south of us, locking the heat away in southern Europe and keeping us in some cooler air. But don't get used to this.
Don't get used to it, bro. If you know, I hear that in London, you know what I mean? They're not allowing you to get the air conditioning or something like that because the way it's wired up, whatever. But that's a bit of rubbish as well. There's still always around that. But still, man, unless we got a bit of cool air, we've got lots of wetness, so really wet and cold over there. Just really dripping in London. What that's all is what it is. And with overcast and skies and all, like get your boots for your Doc Martens and all that, man. Big boots to fuck a lip. Anyway, bro, next story up here. All but 10 US states received a D or an F grade on a number of key measures of mental health risk policies and access to healthcare, including therapists, psychiatrists, or mental health treatment programs, according to a report released by non-profit Policy Center for Maternal Mental Health in a partnership with research from George Washington University. So what they're saying is that nearly every state is neglecting access to maternal mental health care. Is it just not regular health care? It's not as maternal. What's that about exactly? What's going on? What's happening there? Forcing women to carry and birth children while not also giving a damn about them emotionally. What's going on here, man? I don't know what they're really saying, honestly. They're saying that's maternal health care. It's probably healthcare as a whole, because that would, to be a part of that. But I didn't realize in doing the headline that was actually talking about maternal health care. I thought it was the healthcare as a whole. But I'm sorry to hear that. All the mothers out there, you deserve all the support that you can get. That's obviously fuckery, you know what I mean? It's obviously full of it, man. What they're doing here, bro. They're fucking up, man. Anyway, last story up here. And I'm most happy about this one. I didn't even know it fucking existed, man. Didn't know it even happened. The Colton Society of Detroit Educational Foundation annual ball is a culmination of 8 months of etiquette lessons, leadership workshops, community service projects, and cultural events as the girls take the floor to dance, and they become part of a legacy of Black debutantes in the city and beyond. Nearly 30 girls between the ages of 16 and 18 graduated this year and are going through the club's program. They met twice a month in September, and then when dance rehearsals began in January, up to 4 times a month until the ball in April, when the girls are selected for each year's cohort based on their personal, extracurricular, and educational achievements. Ultimately, the goal is to prepare the young women to take on the mantle of future leaders of the community. The debutante balls were traditionally helped girls from high society find suitable husbands, emerged from Europe in the 18th century. The Black Africans have adopted a unique version of these balls since 1895. For today's debutantes, many of whom grown up in predominantly white neighborhoods of Detroit, gaining an informal network of Black adult mentors was life-changing. Sage Johnson of 17 said, signing up for the debutantes, I thought it was just one big ball, but there was a lot more layers to it. Oh, here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. I've got a question. It was originally made to help people find another, a mate. You know what I mean? Is it not still doing that? Is it not still but look at these, man, they're dancing as well. You know what I mean? It's not just about the girls, is it? But what about the boys? You know what I mean? Are they here as well? Get some etiquette lessons. So I'm not such a fucking idiot over here. I'm just joking, bro. But I'm saying, yeah, man, can it not still be about, black love and all that? Can it not? Is it someone said they felt like I'd seen other Brighton? Well, I haven't seen that show, but women love it. Yeah, I believe. It was really funny. I just had to point this out, man, because it's fucking hilarious. Didn't know this was really happening. And it's happening in Detroit, bro. I have to talk about this. I have to get some of these girls that have been on this thing on my fucking podcast, man. I have to do that. Wait, sorry about that. Anyway, terribly sorry. Did I break it for a second? Sorry, sir. For more information on these headlines, feel free to do your own fucking research. And with that, back to you, Charlie. Thanks, Charles. I don't know what's wrong with you, man. You was going off there for a second. Hey, Charles, man, I guess you must have been hitting the source. You know, we got to watch out for that guy sometimes. You know what I mean? But that debutante thing was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even read that fully. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look into that. That's interesting. What the fuck's going on there? You know what I mean? I know I'm too old, but I'm just saying, can we do that for older people? You know what I mean? Can we send these old hoes to some etiquette classes? You know what I'm saying? Is it too late? Is it too late, huh? We said, listen, no proper lady got fingernails longer than this, all right? Listen, you just can't. You shouldn't even be this long. Jesus Christ. Can we get it? You know what I'm saying? Can we rein it in a little bit? You know what I mean? Can we get some audio? It's too late. All right. You know. Shit, Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is retarded. You got the brain builder segment. Look at this. All right. Look at this post. Hey, I made my post in this. What happened to my last Freestyle Friday? Hey, wait a minute. What happened to my last Freestyle Friday here, man? Wait a minute here. Whoa. Whoa. Wait a minute. I have to go to my page real quick on my phone. No, I didn't mean to switch the fucking. No, wait a minute. Go back to my page, you fuck face. All right. The post is there. All right, good, it's there. It just didn't update on here for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. It just didn't decide to update. I am not the boss of that, right? I don't know on Instagram. It just didn't decide to update. But brand builder segment, look, I'll play this video for you. Everyone got to see it. Everyone enjoyed it, all right? It was, I'll just play it for you and let you hear it, and then I'll talk more about what I'm going to do for my brand moving forward, all right?
2 years of CharlieGtv, the anniversary. Like, wow, it took a minute. It took a minute to finally get the MacBooks, finally get the mic, finally get the phone with the camera. You know what I mean? Finally find a cool person to help me film something every once in a while. You know what I mean? Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will my channel, neither will my brand. All it takes is hard work and consistency though, and I'm always here to put it in. You know what I mean? I'm just thankful I made it this year, man. If God allows me to keep making it through these weeks, making it through this time, I'm gonna keep showing up for you guys. You don't gotta worry about it. What do I have planned for the year coming up? I plan to finally get the cameras, get the mics that I need to bring CharlieGtv Podcast to a brick and mortar place somewhere here in Detroit. You know what I mean? So I can start bringing on more guests and really expand this brand. I'm a partner with a digital marketer. So many things in store I have for you guys. But you guys got to stay tuned. Because like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was this brand. I got no plans of stopping, you heard me? No plans of giving up. All right? I got nothing but ideas and more energy to keep going through this, man. Ice Cube said, what, it might take 5 years? What, to really pour into something, getting no money back, you know what I mean, before it actually turns into something, to get over the hump, to learn the different things, to make the adjustments. But I'm here to do it. I'm here to do it as long as it takes for me to get it done. You know what I mean? And I appreciate all the support that I get. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys next year in an even more amazing scenario. So stay tuned until next year. But for now, give blessings, give a toast to CharlieGtv 2 years anniversary.
All right, so that was my you know what I mean? It got a good amount of likes, you know what I mean? I got a good amount of views and comments or whatever. You know what I mean? And it was good quality. You know what I mean? And I did that on my iPhone 14 Pro, the same camera. Shout out to you, know what I'm saying? That's taking me footage of me right now. You know what I mean? While I'm on my MacBook here. And yeah. So Amazon, right? So my plan is, you know what I'm saying? It's the Rode mic. Into that. Go off the into that. The Rode pod mic. Come on. Fucking low, like you're fucking worth something, man. Come on. Anyway, yeah. Here we are. The Rode pod mic. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this, bro. The stand with it's $45. So this stand that you have here, right? You got the stand, and yeah, bro. You got the pop filter on it, and you got everything you need. You don't really need that pop filter screen. You don't need that. Not if you got that. It's not the best setup, really. That's a bit of overkill. You know what I mean? Perhaps you just need this. This would be good. $38. But wait a sec. Yeah, man, because you don't need a pop filter on top of that. That's just stupid. Or do you need that? You don't need that. And I'm not getting the exact best one. That's just too much money. You know what I mean? So look at this. It's the one I'm gonna get. So look. My bad. Yeah, look. So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna guys. So this I'm gonna get this one. So this is the stand, right? And we connect to that, whatever, right, with the little pop filter, without the extra pop filter, right? And you need 4 of them. right? So add that to a cart, right? Right. Now back to the Rode pod mics, right? Now you have this option too. Although I do admit that the other one is just better. Just sounds better, you know. It just sounds fucking better. You know what I mean? The other one just does. It just does, you know. So because of that, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna say fuck y'all. I'm gonna do 3, you know what I'm saying? Add that to the cart. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I ain't gonna give me no cord with it too. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. They ain't gonna give me no cord. Word to Big Bird. I gotta order my own cord. That word. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead just to, you know what I'm saying? They really trying to get it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They really trying to get it, nigga. They really trying to get it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when you think about where this cord gotta go to, you know what I'm saying? Billion might need to be 25 feet for real. You know what I'm saying? Just to be safe. You know what I'm saying? To make sure it could get to everywhere it got to get to. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But yeah, yeah. And you're gonna need 4 of these cords. You know what I'm saying? So you have to add that to the cart. You know what I'm saying? Once you add that to the cart, then if you want to add one bougie, because I want to get one. I want to get one for me. You know what I mean? I want to get one for me. Me, big Papa. I'm gonna have this mic. You know what I mean? I think I should have the mic. Get a real good mic. You know what I'm saying? I think I deserve that. I deserve that. For me personally, as the person, I'm gonna sound the smoothest. All right. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna sound the smoothest. All right, just so y'all know. I'm gonna sound the smoothest. Nah. It was fucked up. That's fucked up. Why you gonna make yourself sound the smoothest on purpose? Yep. Yep. I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna do exactly that. You're goddamn right. Right. But boom, we add that, right? Boom. So let's go to the cart. Let's go to the cart. Go to the cart. Bam. Bam. 708. You know what 708 gets us? 708 will get us 3 mics. 1, 2, 3 for someone else. 1 more mic for me, a great mic. It'll get us 4 mic arms with the pop filters to go on the mics. And it'll get us the cords, 4 25 feet cords for the mics. So all of this I could bring to a setup to go set up around the table, 4 mics. Boom. Only thing is this. What are the mics plugging into? What are the mics plugging into, buddy? You know what I mean? What are they plugging into? That's the real question. Now, the reason why I decided to go with all the Rode mics, reason why is because of this bad boy here. I'm going to find it. Yeah. You know it's the big boy. This motherfucker. 4 mics. For now, the 4 mics are going to plug in to those 4 holes. Now, you see how the whole setup is $708, and then just the thing that all of that plugs into is $700. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But if you wanted to know, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the number. That's the number right there. So for the audio interface that they all plug into, the one good great mic for me, the 4 chords, the fucking 3 other mics for the guests, and the 4 mic arms. $1,400. $1,400. And but the thing that'll offer me a little bit of goodness is that because I'm using Rode mics with the Rode thing, I'm gonna get better sound than I would if I was using another type of mic. Because it's like all integrated. It's like how you have an Apple, everything runs faster because everything's built for Apple. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way how all the preamps and all the stuff that they got built in to the Rodecaster 2 are gonna make these mics sound as good as they possibly can. You know what I mean? So I look forward to that. And if I get all that together, then I can get to that location, which I see how much it costs. I see how much it costs. You know what I mean? And that got nothing to do, nothing at all. That got nothing to do with the cameras. Now, what about that? What about the cameras, bro? You know what I really want? I'm gonna see what I really want. iPhone 13 Pro. Used. Wow, why is it still so expensive? Damn. I need a because what I really want is like 3 or 4 iPhones and cinematic cam capturing the shit, and then I'll take all of that and put it over there. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. I don't think I can get that. Really, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, honey. All right, they want the 12 Pro. 12 Pro. Man, that can't do what I needed to do. You know what I mean? The 12 Pro, man, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Nah, I need that 13 Pro. You know what? At least. You know what I mean? Let me see some more buying options. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna be my phone. I just need it to be, like, they don't got one that's like almost bad or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, just not like new, not very good, and not even good. Just acceptable. You know what I mean? What's acceptable condition? Damn, still high number. Yet. It's gonna be hard to get them camera angles I want. You know what I mean? Camera with unlimited. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like camera one limited recording. What now I gotta get these ridiculous cameras over here with a cost of $1,400 billion. You know what I mean? Why would I want to do that? You know what I'm saying? that would not be a wise decision. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. Um, I think I'm gonna go. I would go with Sony. You know what I mean? Because that one black lady I should have showed y'all one time pointed out these cameras. I mean, I forgot to get it for to point it out which camera it was. You know what I mean? But it was a real good camera. It was for about $400. It was about that price. You know what I mean? So I feel like that might be it. You know, and it did like have that form factor to it as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I don't like necessarily the other ones. You know what I mean? Like the other form factors. Like I like that form factor. Like this one right here. You know what I mean? Um, I'd be interested. You know what I mean? I just want the camera only for real, but specifications is not gonna tell me nothing. All right, come on, give me something better. Yeah, this might be the camera. You know what I mean? You never know. You know what I'm saying? Um, I really like the ideas of being able to use a camera, a couple different cameras, for some angles. I'd have to research it later. You know what I mean? But the point is, I got to put together a studio. You know what I mean? To get it popping. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a minute. You know what I'm saying? What I want to play? An old Ramble and say, I mean, an old Written Wednesday. What should I play? What should I play? Let me think. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I'm trying to think. Trying to think. I can't think of You know what? Yeah. Let me go to one of my old. Let me see which one's lit. Let me see. Watch, baby. Hang on. First of all, there's got to be something I could do about. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I could definitely lower that shit. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, niggas out here been playing me, but I swear to God, no hope.
Hang on. That's just too aggressive. It's too aggressive.
She made this t-shirt that says
Freestyle Friday. Gotta look up, gotta go ahead and do better. Gotta raise your brothers up, y'all do it together. Yeah. Gotta go and rise up, do it as a collective. Y'all don't, you know I do better, babe. Let's stick together. Nah. Yeah. Thank God we made it through another week. All right. I'm gonna let this shit play. And I gotta go address my light situation. Although, you know, it doesn't look so bad without the light, honestly. Might look a little bit better. But nah, I feel like the light need to be on. But yeah. I'm gonna let this shit play. Hope you guys enjoy. A lot of shit happened, but hey, I'm never phased. I'm never phased. I'm just amazed. Just amazed. I'm never phased. I'm never phased. A lot of shit could've went down, a lot of shit could've went left. I worked out a lot, I had to catch my breath. I thank God for watching all of my steps. Niggas come in, niggas come out, man, who left? Had to go work on my own, had to go make shit happen. You know I'm king of the ship, you know I'm the captain. Got a lot of shit going on, you know I stay snapping. Fuck he doing, man, niggas know I stay active. I was never phased, I was never phased. Man, I've been amazed, man, I've been amazed. Disappointed, see some shit up in my days. Said I make it happen, gotta make my plays. I'm still leveling up, I'm still getting paid. I'm still making it happen, I'm making my way. I'm still catching these checks, still feeling like the best. Feel like I'm Superman with an S on my chest. I stay working now, gotta go ahead and get stronger. Gotta stay consistent, gotta clock in, get my money longer. Like who's stronger, like who mental is better. My mental frame is stronger than your better. Man, y'all better just back off with your little bullshit. All that bullshit, like I was never phased. Never phased. I'm just so amazed. I'm so amazed. I walk around so tired, honestly, I'm in the daze. And nothing smoking shit is probably kush or some haze. I'm never phased. I'm steady smoking on this bitch end of the day. I'm steady working in this bitch, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. Ain't come to play. I'm never phased. I'm never phased, I just stay amazed, and I stay just dancing. I'm like, ooh, I'm that nigga, I won't stop till I see Vince. And I'm like, ooh, I'm like, hey, every Bobby Bumbule. I'm like, come on, little mommy, let me see you, little bonjour. Baby, baila conmigo, man, that's two languages mixed up. Man, I do not give a fuck. And you know I came to dance, I came to play. You know what I say? Every week, freestyle Friday. I'm never phased, I'm never phased. I'm just amazed. We made it through another week. Get the Lord praise, the Lord praise. Another week, freestyle Friday. With a God in you. Looking at these niggas like with a God in you. Niggas don't really got no God in them. And them looking at dumb niggas, they the men. Wanna really been but you know it's been a minute. Freestyle Friday still feel like it's been a minute. Did it every week and I push it to the limit. Looking at these niggas, man, these niggas don't get it. With a God in you, with a God in you. Know you got a lot of anger, a lot of wanna slide in you, but I understand. I'm like, with a God in you, man, you been a man, but you been a man. Man, I got a lot of empathy that made me through some pain. Man, you probably had to go fuck up the whole game. Man, a lot of people hating, a lot of people in vain. Man, and that's been shot at, man, that's a lot of pain. But I'm like, with a God in you. Know you got a lot of anger, wanna slide in you. Looking at these soft niggas like they on the menu. But I gotta look at you like all that strength in you. You still picking on little niggas with a God in you. You can look up, nigga, you can do a lot. But you still dumb, nigga, you can't even plot another way out. And you still trying to fight it out, man, you ain't figure it out with a God in you. Gotta look up, gotta go ahead and do better. Gotta raise your brothers up, y'all do it together. Gotta go and rise up, do it as a collective. Y'all don't understand how to put a shit together. You talk about intellect but can't work together. I be looking at these niggas like what it is. If you so gangster, then stand up to the bullshit and say what it is, like with a God in you. Looking at these niggas like I know there's God in you. Why you acting like you don't really feel bad? Why you acting like shit ain't really real sad? You could have been better, man, with a God in you. You looking at these soft niggas like they're on the menu. Like they ain't like you in the past, you was him. Until the world hurt you so hard that you turn into some steel. And you feel like there ain't no God in you. You feel like you done do so much shit, there's no need for you to try to be good like Charlie G. There's really no God left for you, it's just demons, man, that's all you really see, man, that's all you see is red. Them niggas coming at you crazy, then you leave them dead. And you don't give a fuck about nothing but the bread. And every one of these bitches out here better give you head. You know that little shit, but your soul really dead. I'm looking at you niggas like, nah, don't pretend, dude. Looking at you niggas like with a God in you. You gotta do better, nigga, I'm trying to find it in you. I'm trying to revive a nigga, trying to get the CPR. But you ain't trying to hit it, little young Charles. Man, you rather go with anger, and I understand that. But I'm looking at these niggas like with a God that damn, yeah, maybe they all demons. Maybe they just really your big wastes of semen. Maybe that shit crazy out here, maybe I'm just dreaming. Maybe I'm just looking at these niggas and it really ain't no soul back in me gleaming. I'm like, with a God in you. Looking at these niggas like it's nothing but some anger. Nothing but some, oh yeah, I wanna slide in you. But you ain't understand what I'm trying to do. Niggas can't fuck with me, they can't get with the crew. Niggas don't understand how I'm trying to build. Every week I'm coming through it, nigga, keep it real. You know what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get it too. Trying to get it through, and I'm doing it for my crew, and I do it for my fam. Every time I slip up, I be like, goddamn. Gotta go and do this shit, you know that's how I do. I'ma do it for the God in you, yeah. Schedules always change. Taco date never came. Guess things always change up. Guess things will never be the same. Some could have been arranged. Some could have been saved. Some of us feel way off. Some of us feel played. Some of us feel amazed. Everything's so fast. Really trying to do my best to move on. Still thinking about the past. Still thinking about the future. Planning my next steps. Still trying to work out. Trying to catch my breath. A lot of chances still taking. Shorty still send me pics, still looking at her all the time naked. Still gotta go moving. saved up. Everything always spent. But a nigga look fly, and I got the best nigga when I bend. On a down Julio, aim for the whole bottle. And I'm at the clutch of the nut, shorty looking like a whole model. I just wanna feel, babe, of course. I just want money in abundance. I just want money in abundance. Feel alive with you. Money in abundance. Of course. That shit's a distraction. When you work this hard, you don't really know how to do relaxing. Everything you do with passion. Everything you take it serious. And niggas tell you relaxing. You wonder what they asking. Like, damn. Why you want me to care less? But you like the way I chase them, my dreams every day, fucking fearless. What you want me to fall down? But you love the way a nigga is, just try to go hard for the crown. Man, wait, when I fall down, for sure. But a nigga still getting up, but you know I ain't giving up. Every week you know I'm showing up. You know that I want it. All I want is abundance. All I want is some hundreds. All I want is abundance. Money and hundreds, money and hundreds. I want an abundance. Want to move my family to run it. How did you see that this shit can happen? How can you see that I'm coming to snap? How can you see that I spit like a dragon? That's true. Freestyle Friday, I'm making it happen. Yeah. Pound fist to my Lord. Everything is Dior. Everything that I take it to, she said she never seen before. I just want abundance. I just want hundreds. With you, I just want. I'm just saying, man, that is the fact that is 100% off the top, straight. Damn, man, I might, maybe I'm not the number one. I might be though for the consistency, the amount of output. What I always say is that it's a collection of qualities. You know what I mean? It's like the talent, the work ethic, the morality, the handsomeness, the voice tone, the Brooklyn background, the open-mindedness, the mental elasticity. It's a collection of qualities. You understand? The natural curiosity, you know what I mean? The slight philosopher's stone I was hitting the head with, you know, like I'm just saying. Like it's a collection of qualities, you know what I mean, that came together. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like I can make work to make it pop with. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like I did my thing on that track, man. Shit. You know what I mean? Of all the freestyle, there's other freestyle like Blind Fury was nicer than me. I'll give it to him. But you ever looked at Blind Fury? Like R.I.P. I'm just saying though, like he's not more marketable than me. You know what I mean? Come on. There's also marketability. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm getting older, but still, come on, man. I'm just saying, man. What do we got here? Well, let me get back to the document. How do I get back to the document? On the screen. I got it on my phone, but I'm get it back on the screen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I ain't even talk about Final Cut Pro. Yeah, Final Cut Pro been frustrating the fuck out of me, bro. But I ain't gonna talk about it. That was part of the brand. I bought Final Cut Pro, I guess. That's part of the brand for $300, and I don't know how to use it, and it's frustrating the fuck out of me. And it's making me feel like I need to try hard. That's all. Nothing comes easy without working hard. You know, I'll work harder for it. It's okay. It's okay. I just gotta work harder. Anyway, speaking of things that are worth saving.
Culture.
Man.
Culture is this buzzword. Everybody talk about culture. What the hell really is culture? We never really define what the values of culture, what the rituals, the rites of culture, because there's no rites of passage. Not to be a man, to be a woman, to be considered part of the culture. Now the rites of passage is money. You know what I'm saying? If you sell enough records, we consider you to be great. You know what I'm saying? You have a hit, we consider you be a part of the culture. But number one, what is the standard that says that this person is good for the culture? Because my reality now is that I'm not trying to protect the culture. I'm not even trying to be a part of it. I'm trying to create a new one. Because I don't think that the one that we currently have is worth saving. Because it's built on a negative foundation. You understand me? And we go about trying to create culture and justify culture like capitalists. You know, we become our worst enemy. Culture.
You know what I mean? Yeah. This culture that we have here, you know what I mean? It isn't one that is conducive to a flourishing race as a nation. You know what I mean? We glorify all of the things that are the worst things for us. You know what I mean? It's terrible. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? But you do interviews on the streets, which I'm going to do in the future. Believe me. As soon as I find somebody to be, I'm gonna have to pay somebody something. Like, these people suck, man. They really. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do street interviews at some point because I've seen so many of them, and I just can't believe that it's the truth. You know what I mean? That day I seen them do it. So you got three choices: 9 to 5 nigga, making 60 grand a year, or a drug dealer, or a scammer. And I seen in over the interviews, they always the 9 to 5 nigga be like last, like every time. You know, and if not every time, it seemed like he lasts like 7 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while. If he not, and I said that's not last, meaning that like, all right, so 7 out of 10 times he lasts. All right. 5 out of 10 times he might be in second place. You know what I mean? Because they may be like, I don't trust the scammer with my info. The scammer might try to scam me, the type shit. You know what I mean? So he might win over the scammer sometimes. You know what I mean? But like, that's crazy. Like the 9 to 5, what is their mindset? There's no longevity in it. They're not. All they're thinking is now you can buy me something, you can do something now. Like, fuck what happened to him? What's gonna happen to me now? Like Jesus, what we got to deal with here, man. Come on now. That's ridiculous, bro. That's really ridiculous. But yeah, that's what we got to deal with here. Let me see this other part here. Get it put it.
Western influence and ideas from a moral standpoint, I think, should stay out of Ghana. But Western systems, sometimes when it comes to developing a nation, right, I think those where, you know, you can take that knowledge and then that becomes the resource that Ghana needs.
Well, I think Africa should stop trading their resources for governmental power or democratic resources. You know, you don't need defense in your country when you're not going to war. Okay? You need security when you have resources. The resources can buy you a lot. The resources can actually bridge the gap between you and the Westerners. So I think we Africans and the leaders of Africans should stop selling their country to the Westerners because they'll buy it. That's what they have built their countries from. They build their countries from gold. They build their countries from cocoa. They build their countries from a lot of the resources that they've been taking from here. But in return, they never told us that, look, put the plant, put this, put that, put the power, and then you become as rich as ours. So you know, you could cut the starvation and you can cut all this.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But now to finally take back hold, you know what I mean? I ain't get to fully watch this interview, you know what I mean? I just seen snippets of it, you know what I mean? But it was very engaging, you know what I mean? And I was very interested, you know what I mean? Because when I looked up, I'm not gonna say I gave up on Africa, but like when I heard that there was no black nation that had nukes, and then South Africa had a nuclear program or something like that, and they disarmed it or some shit, I was like, it's a wrap. And y'all niggas over there thinking y'all gonna keep y'all resources and keep y'all gold without no security, y'all niggas is bugging. They gonna come with some narrative, y'all did something to y'all people, something happened. They gonna send agents over there to make it happen. They gonna do something. Nigga, you not finna just what like this is what like sometimes black people, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, oh my God, bro. Like, I love us, bro. I love us, bro. I really do. I really do. But y'all naivety to the evil that you're up against pisses me off. Like, the you need to be militarized. You need to be having scientists investing. You need to be building manufacturers. You need to be putting your men to work, to farming and getting grain and building strong men and building, find out where the shit grow and make it like you gotta build it from scratch. But you gotta if you don't think that this is gonna be a fight, nigga, you bugging. Bugging. You bugging. What do you think? This is all right, you can have it. We'll just walk away. Not bad. Nigga, no. Nigga, no. Come on, man. You don't think it'll be like, we don't need to fight if you're not going to war. They're going to war with you. That's the whole point. You were minding your business like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you like, we don't need security. You need security. Like, no, man. Nah, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all think y'all just gonna get to be a little black nation all alone and shit. Nigga, nah. Because if y'all do, I'm coming. I'm playing, but like, nah, I'm saying no. Like, nah, nigga, nah. Like, and y'all retarded? Oh, man. That just pissed me off, man. I can't, like, I love the plan, but y'all, the fierceness, the warrior, like, whoa, we ain't this, these some big niggas. What the fuck are you talking about? You need to protect your shit. All right, think this is gonna be Wakanda without them constantly. They're not sharing their resources. It's full of shit. We think they're abusing their people, and we're coming in. Only reason they're gonna fuck with them because they had fucking, like, y'all don't think. What do y'all think this is? Like, the lack of fierceness. Like, there's a lot of intellectuality, but you need, like, dog, this shit. There's millions of dollars, nations on the. What are you saying? Like, you don't really take the gravity of what you're saying seriously. You're saying that they took the resources they got from you, they used to build their nation. They're still here trying to take them, and you're saying that you're gonna just not allow that to happen anymore and use that to build up the nation instead of and you're acting like they don't still need those resources for their nation. So you think that that's just gonna go smooth or Gucci? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think that? Why do you think that? Like, why do you think that? Why? That's so crazy to me. Why aren't you prepared for the worst, my nigga? Like, what is you talking about? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You don't get your people killed, man. Shit, man. I feel bad for them. Man. Anyway.
You'll find that fear is the biggest thing. For example, you go to school. If you don't get good grades, you're going to get in trouble. You know, you won't pass the next grade. If you act up in school, you don't stay in line or whatever, you might get spanked with the ruler or the paddle or whatever. You know, obviously on the street is follow these exact rules or you're going to go to prison. You know, so they have all these systems in place. And these systems that they put in place, when they have these little fear factors built into them, even religion has a lot of fear factors put into it.
Absolutely.
People fall in line because why? Fear, the body pays attention to fear first. The mind is always, okay, there's fear. I got to stop this fear. I got to do whatever it takes to not allow this, whatever this fear is, to happen. I don't want it to happen to me. So the body goes into fight or flight mode, and then it starts focusing on the fear. Once the body does that, these people who rule, the ruling elite, they know that we got them with the fear. Now we can manipulate them to do whatever we want. You'll find that.
So here's the thing. I'm not saying you have to be fearless, but at the same time, you got to be prepared. You know, you got to be prepared. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, if you think that you can cut off resources to another country that is relying to some degree on the resources, and it's not going to be a problem, then you're wrong. Like, it's like if you're a village, right, and you're by the water, you got fresh access to the water. There's another village that's a little bit further away from the water, right? And for them to get to the water, they have to walk through your village to get to the water to bring it back to their village so they can survive. And y'all have been allowing them to walk through your village to get the water and go back to their place to survive for the longest time. No problem involved. But y'all people been thirsty. Y'all neighborhood been thirsty for whatever reason. You know what I mean? They've been taking a lot of the water, right? And y'all ain't been able to infiltrate. You know what I mean? So now you're saying to those people that have been coming to your village and surviving off this water, hey, no, we're not gonna allow you to get this water over here. And they're gonna be like, all right, fine, that's cool. Like, no, we getting that water this whole time, and we like that water, and we need that water, and we want to keep getting that water. So fuck you. And since you decided to stop giving it to us, we just gonna have to take it then, huh? We just gonna have to take it then, huh? We have to figure out some reason to justify it to the people. We're sure you did something wrong. We'll go ahead and make it seem like that's the reason why. Well, we're coming for the water. Just know we're coming for the water. I hope you know. We're coming for the water. Like what are we doing? What is she talking about? What is she talking about? You know what I'm saying? But hey, if you're ready to face the adversaries, then do it. You know what I mean? But don't pretend like the adversaries don't exist. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Don't be so naive, my brother, please. You know what I mean? You got lives at stake here. You know what I mean? Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? And here's this last concept I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered this shit. Because this shit, listen to this real quick. Once again, you was talking to the African leader. Listen to this.
A lot of people are searching for love. You know, even in the Bible, it says that a man loves a woman. A woman does not love a man. Yes, I didn't hear anything like that in the Bible. That the woman loving their husband. They said a woman respects their husband, but the man loves. So it's out of that love that comes the creation. It's out of love that comes competition. It's out of love that a nation is built. It's out of love that a lot of things happen. But at the same time, the same love has tricked some of us, because we give love for wrong reasons. Some people are giving love for looks. Some people are giving love for beauty. Some people are giving love because of money. I decided to give love to humanity.
19 keys and this is high-level conversation.
But it's just like, the thing is, you might not be, you know, respect is a funny thing. You know what I mean? I never really, it's like, I guess no one wants to be disrespected. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't want to be disrespected to the point where like it would cause me physical harm, or like would you know, like, you know, I'd have to do something about that. Obviously, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not gonna allow disrespect to like cause me to get put out of pocket or bent out of shape to the point where I derail my plan or I make an emotional decision. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, disrespect doesn't trigger me in that way where it would someone with lower intellect. You know what I mean? But at the same time, of course a man wants respect. You know what I mean? Of course a man wants respect. You know what I mean? But to me, like, I care about the opinions of others, but at the same time, it's like, I know I've earned my respect. You know what I mean? So you could choose not to respect me. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like, for whatever reason that you came up with, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to put too much weight into that. You know what I mean? I could converse with you about it. You could say, why you mad at me? You know what I mean? And we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, y'all not trying to do what I'm trying to do. Y'all not in my shoes for real. You know what I mean? So I'll accept your criticism with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? I'm always open to criticism. I criticize myself all the time. You know what I mean? That's why I was just saying to this other girl, you got any criticism to offer me? She was just said it's bullshit because they always say bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah, nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do about certain circumstances. You know what I mean? But just try to make the best of it. It's about to be the end, I suppose. Future Carl listening to this one. I forgot which podcast it is. It might be 103. But Future Carl listening, man, I hope you figure it out. I hope you figured it out already. Hope you get that new mic, get some people in to be dope. You know what I'm saying? If you stay as consistent as you've been, you know what I'm saying? Hope you figure out finally. Oh God, I hope you figure out finally. Please. Might be the only thing stopping me from living anybody. Feels like final cut. But anyway, listen. There's a lot of places your ears could be. I'm honored you chose to do it. When in doubt, use calm honesty to express your wish. And most of all, thanks for listening.